Juice, they're living the life they're living is in black and white. Despite the year or error in time, don't ask any questions, cause everything's fine. Wait. They wouldn't say don't ask any questions if everything was actually fine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Chazzy and Juice, they're living the life. Don't ask any questions, cause everything's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Side Project Podcast.
When you twitch down like that, I'm gonna twitch up.
Oh, it's like parallels of
That's
each
what I
other,
said.
but also
Okay, so
not,
go down.
Go
down on me. I mean,
are you doing it?
no, I had stopped a long time ago, man.
Oh man, episode 70, dude. Can you believe it?
Yeah, dude, I'm
70.
sick and tired of seeing you.
I'm sick of seeing you too, man. I'm sick of seeing your face every week. It's just I'm getting, and then
I can
gotta see
imagine
it.
You still gotta edit it.
And I
too?
gotta see it in the editing. It's like, oh god, 70 episodes. I gotta look at this guy's face again. I mean, I can't believe it. Oh god. I'm just kidding, man, dude. Fucking 70. 70 episodes, dude. That's fucking crazy, man.
Vibration I got off that.
70's not really a celebration, though. You celebrate it like 75. You know what I mean? We're not going to celebrate at 75.
Yeah.
We'll celebrate the 100th.
Yeah, we'll celebrate at 100.
We're not celebrating 75. But usually it's like, people celebrate like, what? 10 year, 10.
Every 10 years?
10.
So technically
and then
we
like
should have
20, sometimes 25. You know, and then you celebrate again at 50. And some people celebrate at 75.
I think it's every quarter, right?
But I guess it's kind of like every quarter. But I wouldn't celebrate. Yeah. Not a podcast. I wouldn't celebrate 75.
Let's get into this week's episode.
And this week's episode is Agatha all along. No, it is Agatha, but it's WandaVision.
Kind of.
But hey, man,
we're finally gonna get to cover.
I know we've been wanting to talk about this, and talking about it, we're gonna do. I know there's some people that like may disagree with this statement. But I'm going to drop it on him hard right now. You ready? The MCU is a cinematic masterpiece. I know Martin Scorsese would disagree with this face.
No, because you know how in WandaVision they kept having glitches and shit.
Glitch. I know Martin Scorsese would disagree with this, but I really do think that the MCU is a cinematic masterpiece in its own right. With what it does. I mean, you can say what you want. You can dislike some of the movies over the course of the first 10 to 11 years or whatever of what they built. And I mean, I have my favorites as well. I'm sure you do. I have ones that I like lesser. I'm sure you do. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's for everybody, but you can't deny that they've created something special, man. Yeah.
Real special.
Especially if you're a comic book fan of any caliber. You don't have to be like immensely dedicated to every issue. I read every issue. I never miss one ever. You don't have to just be like that. You know what I mean? But these movies have catered to, especially what Disney has done, to the true fans much more than what like any other company that's held the Marvel rights has done. You know? Okay. Such as Fox. Whoa. 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 Did anybody hear that? Wait, I feel one coming again. Hold on. Wait.
Ready?
Sony! Oh, Jesus! I can't,
Yeah, Sony dropped the ball big time.
Just got to get that out. Sorry, the allergies are acting up today. They've accomplished gathering many fans and moviegoers in general to be invested in not only the movies, but like the characters within them as well. And I would say with such a giant ensemble of characters to cycle through, quite literally a universe, bringing the comics to life, they've done a pretty damn good job at juggling all of these different characters over time. Because it's not just the main characters too, you know? And then each character in it, each movie has several characters within them, some that tie over. You know what I mean?
That are very crucial and important to the movie, even if it is just saying one-liners, even if it is making jokes.
And if they appear in multiple movies, it's like they've done a pretty good job at juggling all of this stuff intertwined in singular movies and then movies that connect to each other, which I guess technically they all connect, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like the standalones and then
you know what I mean? And they all connect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been some hits. There's been some misses, and things are subjective from person to person.
Oh, that one didn't come out.
Oh, the allergies again. They're just they just keep acting up, man. Which over the course of the last few years, some may say that like the tactics of the MCU may have gotten stale. You kind of see the same format done, the superhero versus the villain in the same way, and like some of the villains are just kind of a copy of
names.
Yeah, because like
changing
Ant-Man's villain was kind of just basically another human version of like an Ant-Man type thing, got kind of the same powers, and there's been many things like that where it's not like they're always battling an Ultron or a Thanos. You know what I mean?
Something that's actually dramatic and can have a huge impact.
And some people would say, I'm not saying that we're saying this. I'm just saying some would say that like it's gotten stale and predictable, I guess, in a sense of what could happen. But they changed that up, I think, with like Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, because I mean, we've
Thor
had this
Ragnarok was
we've
a
also had this
drastic
conversation.
change. But I think that we needed something to refresh the slate and something completely out of the box. And I think what this is all leading up to is that out of the box, refresh the slate, give me something crazy, different, questionable, yet intriguing, confusing. But I want more. And that came with
What was that one song?
WandaVision.
Give me more.
Give me. Oh yeah, what is that song? Give me.
Yeah, see, you got
give me more. What is it? Britney Spears?
I don't. Yeah,
Is it? Give me.
God, I love all you wonderful people that tune in, listen every week through our tangents, through our sidebars,
our ADD here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all that came with WandaVision, man. And I'm a big Vision fan. So naturally, I was immediately looking forward to this. But if you recall, I remember back in the day when we first, when this news first came out about WandaVision and Vision and Wanda having their own show, and they named it WandaVision, we kind of trashed on the name a little bit. We kind of shit on the name a little bit. We said that it was cheesy, and then it felt too like Disney Channel like. Remember, and I think I did this exact thing in the episode where
you did the
and they do the
Disney
Mickey Mouse ears from the Disney Channel.
You are now watching Disney.
I'm Wanda, and you are watching the Disney Channel. And it was like
they do that little symbol thing.
As far as like trashing the name and everything, I recant everything that I said about that because it kind of just goes to show you, it kind of goes to show you the theme, the WandaVision, Wanda and Vision, the whole TV show inside of a TV show type situation. It makes sense. The name makes sense, and it kind of goes to show you why you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. You hear that, past Chazzy? Stop judging books by its cover. A big debate that we had between us was the first few.
I was glitching again. I was like, if you pick it up.
The first few episodes. It was a one-time thing, man. It was a one-time thing. One of the big debates that we had was the first few episodes were black and white, sitcom style. Show opened up, black and white, theme song included, laugh track inserted, inspired by the likes of Dick Van Dyke, I Love Lucy, and etc. And I absolutely loved it. On the other hand. And this is why we have two people here. Well, this is not why we have two people here, but it's fun sometimes to have two different people because you get two different perspectives. Yeah. And sometimes people that are viewing or listening may agree with me, and sometimes people that are viewing or listening may agree with you.
Which is the majority.
I absolutely loved it. Where on the other hand...
So I wasn't the only one, I will say, but I'm going to speak for myself, right? Yeah. I didn't like it. I did not like the direction they were taking it in. I get that it was supposed to be like the whole cheesy I Love Lucy style and all that. I understand that part. I understood what was going on because like I am a fan of like the MCU, the comics, everything involving these characters that are all involved. But for some reason, it just didn't resonate with you. That's what I was trying to say. It didn't resonate with me. It didn't sit well with me. But I still was giving it a chance because I've seen many different series outside of like WandaVision, for example, which is what we're talking about. But like I've seen a lot of different series, movies, etc. that in the beginning it didn't grab me, and as it went on, or maybe as I watched it back 2-3 times, I was able to understand. Okay, I picked up a lot of the little subtle hints and jabs that they were giving, you know. So and as it progressed, I was all for it. It grabbed my attention. Come episode 3, 4, 5, etc. But the first two didn't really sit well with me, and I watched them back about 3 times at least each.
And of course, when you do that, you pick up on other things too that you missed or may have not seen as well.
The Stark Industries, the toaster,
the toaster,
So there's little things that I did peek up.
Peek
up.
I peeked it up.
I picked it up, because
picked it up with my little fingers, and I picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, look at this." look at this.
But there's subtle things that I picked up, and as it went on, then I understood why they did what they did, why they took the direction that they did, and I was all for it. Then I was what did you say last time? Engulfed.
Yes.
I was engulfed by the story.
You had a hard on for it by then.
Exactly.
Yeah. First you were really, really flaccid. Then you got a hard on later.
I always go to the gas station down the street and just pick up one of those red rhinos.
Horny goat weed.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
damn, that just took a dark turn. Here we are talking about
never getting sponsored by Disney, 100% for sure. Marvel's never hitting us up for anything.
But you know what, though? It's who we are. Jokes
it is
aside,
what it is,
jokes aside, though.
Yeah, that's how you felt about the beginning.
I didn't really
of it,
feel 1 and 2.
I think everything.
But I wanted to see it develop.
Yes. Everything about it for me, it rang true to that era and time. Even the way that the show was produced and directed down to a T. I think it was different. It was intriguing. It immediately opened up the question, whether you like it or not, I think you'll agree on this. It immediately opened up the question of, what the hell's going on here?
I was expecting a big Marvel action movie out the gate.
Exactly.
Boom, boom.
I think that's what a lot of people were kind of expecting.
Some kind of crazy twist right out the gate that kind of grabs you and makes you want to watch it. This
was a slower build up than anything 100%. MCU. Yeah,
100%.
Except for maybe the first 2 Thor movies were. If we're just speaking on a slow build up, I think the first 2 Thor movies might have been a slower
they kind of
build
started off on some kind of action-ish stuff.
There's more action.
Yeah,
but so I like that they switched it up. Yeah. I like that they switched it up.
And then you also got to think too, like you got to look at how we left off with the last Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Very intense. And then we go into something that's kind of comedic, kind of like laughing, kind of like, being ditzy and stuff like that. It was weird.
It's old school vintage style. It kind of throws people off. But I personally dug that aspect of it, not to mention all the weird and confusing moments, like the eerie moments even, such as when, what was it, episode 1 or 2, when Vision's boss comes over and they're eating and he starts choking.
And then he just zooms into him.
But even before that, like the moment building up to before he grabbed the food, where like he starts choking, and then you see just like Wanda and Vision kind of just looking at each other, like
Vision
what's happening?
It almost feels like if Vision was waiting for permission.
Exactly, dude. Fuck, you read my fucking mind. Yeah, dude, that's exactly. Read it. Oh, he's reading too much.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly like he was almost like he was sitting there waiting told like, what to do.
What do I do
here? But what's even weirder, dude, was the boss's wife, played by what's her name?
From that 70s show.
I love that actress, man. She's so cool.
Yeah. She's like another Betty White, dude.
Yeah, dude. She's cool as hell. So I hang out with her, dude. Let's get some tea and crumpets. I just feel like that's what old people eat all the time. You know what I mean? You don't even have to be in the UK. Just eating tea and crumpets, you know what I mean? Chamomile tea and some biscuits or something, dip it in your coffee. I feel like that's what they do too, you know? Anyway, I just like how weird she was. She was just sitting there like laughing, dude.
Yeah, but then
like it was so weird and eerie, and like the moment where it happened, and then she finally said, "Vision, do something," right?
Yeah.
And then that's when he went and phased through and pulled it out. Yeah. And then they just got snapped right back into that vintage style.
Even that though, unless Wanda was like paused her or stopped her thinking or vision or anything like that to be able to look, but how did you not react to Vision phasing through him?
That's what I'm saying. Like homeboy who was choking the boss didn't react to that. The wife didn't react to that. So did Wanda stop them from being able to see that? Stop them from being able to comment on it? You know what I mean? Because she projected what she wanted to be on the show. Remember? Because that was on the show. It's just crazy, dude. And I really loved those eerie moments that like things would be shot in like the old school style, right?
Okay.
But then when those kind of moments would happen, the aspect ratio would change, right? It'd be like this, and then the aspect ratio would change, get up, or it would go, you know what I mean? Some more cinematic style, and it would portray a different feel, a different emotion, hinting to a bigger picture that this retro style, this vintage style, this sitcom style may not be the actual reality, which kind of like, obviously, we know that. In a sense, you know what I mean? We know that she's not really back in time. But
we didn't know how it was going to play out,
it,
but we knew that it just wasn't.
And it was just, I think that aspect of it was fucking amazing, dude. And what I liked most is that it didn't tell you everything right away. It left so much to be desired, so many unanswered questions. Not to mention, back with what I said earlier, that it's a completely different take on anything MCU, which is kind of what you were just saying as well. Nothing like it. It's genre of its own. It's genre bending, experimental, brave, and new. The way the show was shot and the way that the stories were told as the episodes went on, it left you asking yourself, like, is it Wanda? Is it Agnes? Is it Mephisto? Which I think all the fan theories, all the fans out there that were speculating all these fan theories, every moment that everybody got, they were like, oh, it's Mephisto. You know, and then you wait a little bit, oh, that's because it's Mephisto. Everybody's like, oh, what's happening over there? It's Mephisto. Like, everybody wanted it to be Mephisto so bad, but no Mephisto. And which, by the way, real quick, for those that don't know who Mephisto is, if you're unaware, Mephisto's basically like the MCU's devil, the MCU's demon, and the way that he's connected to Wanda in the comics, Scarlet Witch, is she basically uses his life form, his soul, to create Speed and Wiccan, which is Vision and Wanda's kids, yeah. And that's basically how it is. And she kind of like owes him in a sense or whatever, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So that's where that connection ties into. But before we get more into Mephisto, I want to say something. Agatha Harkness, okay?
Amazing.
Catherine Hahn's portrayal as Agnes.
Amazing.
Great job, dude. And I don't believe she usually does roles like that.
I liked when her ability to fucking switch.
Yes.
From and then it was just like, what are you talking about?
Dude.
And she brought it on. Dude.
Oh, she was great. Dude, Catherine Hahn nailed Agatha Harkness. I love it. I love the way she went about it.
And that's what I was going to say, too. Leading into that is when she took over and became like the witch, or it came out that she was a witch and all that. Her shift between playing the ditzy, nosy neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
To like
into playing an actual witch,
dude, I was like,
with abilities and everything. She did a great job, dude. And I think a lot of the fans were saying Agatha Harkness. Yeah,
there was definitely
you take out the middle, you put
shots.
it together, it's Agnes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of caught on to that very quickly. I don't think you have to be, well, I guess you kind of do got to have some knowledge of the comics to get that. But, and then just like certain things that she was doing, like weird things that she was doing throughout the time kind of hinted that she's got to be playing some kind of weird part in this.
I kind of started to notice too, also when there was a lot of, when Wanda started being a lot more careless, using her abilities in front of
her, you kind of saw that. Okay,
and she just
something's up.
Because
once
even
again,
Vision,
you know?
even Vision was just like,
he said
did
something
you
like,
really just do that?
Yeah,
he said she was right there. And he's like, oh, she didn't even hear us.
Yeah,
so
she's fine.
She's
fine. Yeah.
Clearly, somebody would have noticed.
Yeah, exactly. Throughout the series, though, bringing it back to the Mephisto thing, there was lots and lots and lots of hints to Mephisto, to the devil, to demons throughout this whole series, and it's very weird that Mephisto never showed up. Such as like when they're at the what do you call it? What do you call it? When they're
the talent show?
Yeah, but before the talent show. They're having a meeting with Dottie or whatever. Like the fucking girls are all having a meeting and they're talking about the talent show or whatever and like what they're gonna do. And Dottie says something.
That's when we got to first look at Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. She was sitting there and she was all like, and then she even mentioned, I don't know what I'm doing here. Remember?
Because she was lost.
But Dottie said something about like the devil's in the drinks or the devil's in the proof or the devil's in something. Remember? Yeah. And then Agnes leans over to Wanda.
That's not the only place. Yeah.
Exactly. That's not the only place he is. And it's like,
so there was a lot of jabs.
What was that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Insinuating that he was gonna pop up at some point. Or that
and
he was behind the curtains doing something.
And then when Quicksilver's already in the picture, the kids are all running for Halloween. They're running on the street. And then he says something like, something demon spawns. Remember? He says something, he yells out something, demon spawns. Once again, demon spawns because in the comics, the kids were created from Mephisto's soul, from his life form. So it's like, what was... the whole time it felt like it was setting up Mephisto, and then nothing ever happened. But I think it might just be Easter eggs to the comics. You know, Easter eggs to the source material.
Yeah, and showing people like, hey, look, we're taking notice. We didn't forget that part. We know that's
unless
crucial.
it's something that may come to fruition later and they just want us to think that it's just Easter eggs. I have a quote actually from director Mark Shackman, if I'm pronouncing this right, forgive me if I'm not, and showrunner Jack, I'm not sure, Jacques, Jacques, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
That looks like Jacques.
Is it Jacques? Yeah. Schaefer? I don't know. Actually touched on why there was no Mephisto, saying, and I quote, "We didn't think the series needed a big bad. I mean, the big bad is grief, you know, and that's the story we are telling. And then we got a bonus baddie in the form of Agatha Harkness, who ended up facilitating Wanda's therapy. So, yeah, I think we feel pretty good about that. So what that says to me is... they're kind of just setting it up as an Easter egg. I think that's confirmation that it's just an Easter egg. Or what we were talking about before off camera is like what we just said a minute ago. It could be them playing coy, you know, playing a little shy. and just kind of making it look like it's just a little Easter egg, not really confirming anything. And later, at some point in time, maybe Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
remember
there's going to
when
be
we
some
told
sort
you?
of.
Yeah.
Remember when we said it wasn't going to happen? Well, it's happening now.
It's happening
you know
now.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, the big bad is technically grief. It's kind of like a what would you say? Maybe like a character study in a sense. Like it's Wanda's grief along with Agatha pulling some strings. But
it's something that I didn't really realize until right now. Also that I always say, and I always say that I want to appreciate and see them do that kind of stuff, is working through her mental state, because she's not always
and this was definitely mental.
She's not always this go happy, hey, let's go save the world type of thing.
No,
like,
and she never kind of really was.
No,
you know?
And for me,
her
like,
whole life has been grief.
Yeah, and this is all just kind of taking a look back at it, her trying to figure it out, her trying to keep everything together and try to be sane in what is an insane world or
exactly.
or little area.
She has lost everything from the jump, dude.
More than once, too, because even
multiple
with the whole
times.
Even with the whole Vision situation, she lost him. She tries to kill him herself.
Yep.
Thanos brings it back, kills him again. And she has to watch that twice.
Yeah, exactly. And then everything that she went through in the series, and which we'll touch on a couple things here and there. But then you got to, even going back, she lost her family. She lost Pietro twice, and not necessarily twice, but she watched her brother die, and then Agatha brought him back again, reopening the wounds, and it's not even him to begin with.
Which I want to say. I wish we would have got, and I forgot the actor's name. What was the original guy that played Pietro?
Tip of my tongue.
Let me look it
it's
up.
On the it's on the tip. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it, man. But anyway, while you're looking that up, in the first few episodes, we see, I think, what's trying to be portrayed as Wanda portraying perfection. Because like I said, she lost everything from beginning to end. And it seems that she's starting to lose it a bit in her own mind as well, in her grief-filled head, concocting an entire town for her to live in, and the way that she wants to live in it, with whom, and how they behave even, with certain things affected by Agatha's witchery, of course.
Which was crazy too, like watching it develop, dude. It was, in the beginning, it was like, hey, I'm in control, and it was like ditzy little mistakes.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, like episode, what was it, 7, 8, and 9 even, it was more so her losing control and her just being like, shit, I don't got a handle on this. Like,
her depression is taking
really
over. She's out
here.
of it. And then, of course, with Agatha pulling certain strings, you even see Wanda get confused sometimes. Like,
she had the lazy mom day or whatever, where she was just like, hey, look, today, I know you guys are waiting for me to have all the answers, but then Agatha
came in and she invaded. She kind of moved those puzzles of the pieces of that puzzle to how she wanted, taking the kids purposely,
she's like,
giving Wanda time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just goes to show you that, like I said, even Wanda was confused by certain events. But can we talk about like the power that Wanda holds to take this entire town,
community,
the people in it, change things from era to era, lock everybody out. She's an Omega level mutant. And we're seeing that. Whether they call it that or not, whether they stated it that or not, if you're a comic fan, Wanda is an Omega level mutant. She's powerful as all hell, dude. Yeah, and I'm glad that even though they're not calling it mutant, maybe right now, I'm hoping maybe that they'll kind of retcon that and they'll bring it in the picture some way, somehow. But she is a fucking Omega level mutant, dude. She's powerful as all shit. And I'm glad that they're bringing that into this MCU and the Avengers. She is definitely, I would say, in my honest opinion, she's the most powerful Avenger. Even beating out Captain Marvel.
Avenger? Ooh, damn. That's a poll for the people to talk about for sure.
I think so, 100%.
For multiple reasons.
I really do think that Scarlet Witch could have, especially now, even though her powers are even more developed, I think she could have beat Thanos one-on-one. I think she might be able to. In this MCU world.
It even shows in the ending battle when she was trying to...
Oh, she was destroying that motherfucker, dude.
How?
She was destroying that motherfucker.
She was able to kill Vision, or attempt to kill Vision, and hold
Thanos back.
Yeah, the most powerful being.
I wonder though.
How much of that was with Thanos? Just
he already knew, like, you could do what you want.
I've got
all the Infinity Stones, so I'm gonna do basically whatever I want anyway. So I wonder if any of that was just letting, like, him just going like, yeah, go ahead. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think so.
I got this anyway.
I don't think so, because there was tons of moments where she clearly displayed her power, And every single time I was just like, damn, I was taken aback, which is kind of crazy that her whole life has been grief, because that's when I see that she's the most powerful, when she's expressing some sort of grief. When she lost Pietro, when they were fighting in Ultron,
Yes,
she fucking, and then the force field, boom.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
And then the same thing when she created what she did with Westview. Wow, and everything was just...
And then it turned
it's
red,
out of her depression and sadness.
They weren't able to... Yeah, and you know what, though? I'm glad they took that approach with her. I'm glad she's one of those characters that everybody needs to understand, that because she's always been more of a, I don't want to say vigilante, but vigilante style, kind of like where she's tiptoeing.
Kind of teetering on.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad they kind of took that approach, because people need to realize that, I mean, and if you're a fan of the comics and everything else, you need to understand that not everybody gets it and is just like happy and wants to go save the world. She was never that type.
And then also,
she protected her family. She protected her Avengers, because that was then her family after Pietro.
And then with any of these heroes and or villains that have powers of any kind, a lot of problems come with it. You know what I mean? With great responsibility. What is it?
Shit,
with great power,
I mean, even
comes
then,
great responsibility.
Look at the internal struggle that Tony Stark had.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and he didn't even have any quote unquote powers.
He's just a rich guy with stuff. You know, and that's so you could imagine somebody who was literally given the power to kind of alter people's reality vision, how they would look at things.
And she knows she's powerful as all hell.
Yeah,
you know
but you know
that's
what? That's
another dangerous thing when you're dealing with grief.
Well, I liked how in the beginning it was kind of like, hey, she knows she's powerful. She knows she has powers, but as she's learning that she's Scarlet Witch, because that's technically how they played it with Agnes playing dumb, and then later in episode 9 or 8 and 9, she's showing her like, hey, look, you're a lot stronger than you think.
Than you even think.
Yeah. So
but
then
she knows
I think as she discovers that, though, because even in that end scene, it shows her kind of just like learning about different stuff, and then I mean, I don't want to, we'll get into that part.
But I mean, not only did she create this town that she wanted to live in, or I guess you could say she didn't create the town, but she altered it to be what she wanted it to be. I mean, she created a fucking TV show to go along with it, to broadcast to the outsiders, dude.
Yes.
Which we get several hints to that throughout the whole few episodes.
I will say,
in the beginning,
I did not
first
understand.
few episodes.
I did not understand in the beginning.
I didn't quite know exactly what was going on, but I had my theories. Because like when it would end, it would say, please stand by, and you would see the TV, you'd see people watching. So it kind of gave hints like, okay, somebody's clearly
directing or
watching.
in the background.
I was wondering, like, is Wanda doing this? Is someone doing it to her? And then you have Jimmy Woo trying to get to her. He's going, Wanda, who's doing this to you? Who's doing this to you?
During the radio
which you don't see until later how that played out. So when you first see it, you're like, it gives you that. I think maybe that's exactly what they wanted, for you to speculate and think like, who's doing this? Is she doing it to herself? Is someone else doing it? For a long time, I thought, is Dottie doing it? Is Dottie Mephisto? Once again, back to the Mephisto theories.
No, and then even then, Mephisto, I think, I know people could take. He could take different forms.
Yes, he could take different forms, because I also thought maybe he was Quicksilver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
I thought he was Quicksilver.
Yeah, especially when he came in and he started questioning Wanda on certain things. Like,
yes,
hey, I thought I'm not your husband.
100%.
I'm not your husband. I'm not your kid.
Yes.
Like,
you can tell me. I thought he was trying to get information because he knows about Wanda. He knows who Wanda is, and he wants her powers. He wants to use her.
He figured out at some point that Scarlet
Yes,
Witch,
exactly. He knows what's up, and he's trying to get all the information, because there's many a times where it's like, how are you doing this? And even she says, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, she doesn't really know every little thing. But it turns out that it was Agatha all along.
Yeah, which you know, I also appreciate about this series very much so is, again, that even through her mental breakdown before she gained her strength back and snapped out of it, all the glitches that the show started actually having throughout her breakdown, and they got worse, the way that they portrayed as her.
Yes,
there were certain things like,
notice?
for example, like there was. Let's just say this was a car, right? Let's just say this was a regular new modern mail truck, and then it'll have like a glitch, and it'll be like a old,
when it goes into the in her
old
time.
School black
I love
and white,
that, dude. I love that aspect of it, and the way that they portrayed it on screen in the show, inside the show. You know what I mean? And I loved it, dude.
I think Marvel once again shows why they're Marvel. It shows why they're the top dog.
Yeah,
it shows why they were able to have this 10, 11 year build-up.
Genre bending in one series. All in one, dude. Yeah, all in one. 9 episodes.
One of the biggest issues I always have with series in general is I always feel that we don't get enough character development.
Yes.
Because especially if there's a lot of different people involved, right?
And there's had so many.
Yeah.
Old characters from the MCU.
And new characters
from the MCU. And I really do think that they handled exactly, you read my mind again, because I was going to bring that up. I know one of the things that you always, exactly like you just said.
You were supposed to start.
There it goes again. one of the things that you always talk about is character development. You know what I mean? Especially if you're handling a lot of characters. But I think it's something that we've grown to see over the time, like I said earlier, with the MCU is I think they know how to handle a lot of characters. I mean, look at
but
Infinity War,
like
Endgame,
there's certain
Civil
big,
War.
there's certain big movies that I felt that, not to shit on them, but like they felt kind of short with how certain characters got a spotlight, because I've always said that I felt that there's certain characters that needed more of a spotlight. This one,
they did a great job.
Whether there were one-liners, whether there were quick little exchanges,
everybody got their spotlight.
Everybody got a chance to shine.
Everybody got a chance.
Some more than others, right? That was clear.
Yeah.
But even throughout the whole series, from the second I saw his face, fucking Hayward, dude.
I knew that motherfucker was not who he's like. Well, I mean, he's who he says he was, but like I knew he had a different motive.
There you go.
You know what I mean? He had an ulterior motive, you know, and his motive was, spoiler alert, obviously, to weaponize Vision was the main thing. Destroy Wanda and weaponize Vision. But yeah, dude, the character development was great, and they handled that perfectly, dude. From Jimmy Woo coming back from Ant-Man, you saw him do the card trick that he learned from Ant-Man. Yeah, love that shit. Monica Rambeau, who's gonna be Photon or Spectrum, depending on which iteration they take, I guess. Who was a child of Maria Rambeau, which from Captain Marvel.
Which it looks like is going more towards Photon.
I think it's Photon, but I don't know. Then I was watching an IGN video about it, and they said Spectrum, but everybody on IG, like the fan accounts and everything, all of them are saying Photon. So I don't know what they're gonna. Which
also makes good for grabbing and keeping people's interest in that character. For hopefully she comes back, because she did such a good job.
She will. Yeah, and then they even introduced, or I guess reintroduced, Darcy Lewis from Thor. That's a great addition. That's a great addition. Which also, I love her a lot.
Besides Wanda being here, and obviously Wanda, it's gonna be her, right?
I never do this shit on camera. I never swoon over any women on camera. I just don't do that, man. But I gotta tell you guys, man.
This is my official declaration.
I love Elizabeth Olsen so much, dude.
To Darcy, dude, I
can't remember her name right now. What's the actress's name again? I can't remember.
We'll look it up.
It's right on the tip of my tongue again. Part 2. Tip of my tongue, part 2. But they all shared screen time, and they did a great job, dude. And then they even got like an episode of their own. Jimmy, Monica, and Darcy. Kat Dennings. There we go. Kat Dennings. Yeah. You know, Drake tried to get a date with her, and she passed. Yeah, you know why she passed? She's waiting for me. That's why. It's all right.
You had me until you said you.
She's waiting for me, dude.
Nah, I also like that they, instead of making Vision this all-powerful being that he is, because, I mean, he is at the end of the day.
Which, sidebar, I think they misused Vision a little bit. See, here's something where I don't always agree with Marvel. I think that they misused Vision a little bit, because Vision is really, really powerful. And he came out in the MCU extremely powerful. And then literally by the next movie, it was just like
he fell in love, though.
But I mean, like he could have held his own a lot more throughout his time as an Avenger or whatever you want to say. I think they were doing that
purposely.
They knew the plans in going forward. I still think that like
he should have been a lot.
We
stronger.
Didn't get enough time of Vision being strong as hell, but. And we'll get to it. We'll get to it in a minute. Yeah. But I think we might later in the future.
I think we will. But you know what?
You were going to say something.
Yeah. Because we're still talking about character development and everything. I loved how he went from not ditzy, but he went with going along with
kind of just being
questions.
Wanda's toy.
Yeah. Didn't question it. Didn't
Wanda's
nothing.
Character.
Yeah. And then he started questioning certain things. He started like, wait a minute, dude, something's off. I don't remember who I am. Like I know I'm Vision.
Yes.
But I don't remember.
And when he got mad and they both flew up in the air. Yeah. And he said something. What did he say? He's like, I can't remember who I am or something.
You don't control me.
Yes,
you don't
dude.
do me like that.
Dude, I love the back and forth, man. And then also just like while we're talking about that, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany's portrayal. Dude, their ability to portray all the way from episode 1 to episode 9, all the different eras, flawlessly.
Yeah.
Dude, every era, from the Dick Van Dyke stuff to the Brady Bunch to the Malcolm in the Middle stuff. And,
that was hilarious.
And forward
that was
and forward and so
stuff,
on.
The
and this,
Malcolm
like,
in the Middle stuff.
They did such a great job. Their on-screen chemistry is absolutely amazing too, dude.
Yeah.
I love the moment where Wanda comes out of Westview and hands them back the drone. And she's angry as hell. Her accent comes back, which... I like how they did a nod to that.
Yeah.
Where'd your accent go? I don't know. Where'd your accent go? When they did a little nod to that, because the accent just comes and goes. But I like that when she gets so angry, the accent kind of comes back. I dig it because that's kind of like what happens in real life.
That's what I was gonna say.
And when she came out all angry as hell, and she threw the drone back, I believe,
And
right?
said, "Hey, look, I was playing nice, but now you guys pissed me off."
When she's coming out, and she's confronting Sword. I saw a lot of parallels, by the way, and it's probably just another little maybe nod, Easter egg, or just a massive coincidence. But I'd like to think that it's parallels to Magneto,
Which is her dad.
Which is her dad in the comics, her and Quicksilver. I see a lot of parallels to when in one of the X-Men movies when Magneto turns all the guns on the police. Scarlet Witch, Wanda, she does the same thing. She turns all the guns on Director
scene.
Hayward.
Yeah, in that scene.
And she's wearing the same colors as Magneto and everything. So I wonder, was that a special nod, or am I just, wishful thinking? Speaking of suits, speaking of colors, speaking of things like that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this week's Cosplay of the Week.
We kind of went Mariah Carey and then came down to like a
mine went all
like
over
a
the
Ray
place.
Charles. Like a real
This
good
week's
voice.
Cosplay of the Week is not from WandaVision, actually.
Oh, fuck, you set me up right there.
Yeah.
I was like, ha.
It's not from WandaVision, actually, but it's
Yeah.
keeping with theme. It still is MCU, but we're since Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out the week that this episode comes out,
We thought we'd give you a little
we'd give you a
Easter
little
egg.
bit of a Winter Soldier with K Waters cosplay, and I'm throwing it up on the screen now, and it's K underscore
Waters underscore cosplay.
Oh yeah,
And,
and as you can
her-
tell, she's it's her rendition of the White Wolf, Winter Soldier, and it's amazing. But before we get into that, we do want to shout out the photo and the edit is by @Olga Malfoy, spelled exactly how it sounds, Olga Malfoy.
No relation to Drake Malfoy from
Or it could
Harry
be.
Potter.
Yeah, it could be. We don't want to, we don't want to offend you. Maybe you do have, you never know.
Maybe you do have a connection to a fictional character.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay. All right. No, but Kay Waters cosplay as a Winter Soldier, as the White Wolf, and this is absolutely amazing. It's basically it's the version from what was it? From the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Yeah. It's that version with the mask and everything, the heavy eyeliner she like. When I say he, I'm talking about the actual character. When I say she, I'm talking about what she's doing here. And this is great. I dig it, dude. She's got the hair down like 100%, even though it's probably her actual hair, but it just works. Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. The way that, exactly, the motion in the face, it's like, it's not too menacing, but it's enough. You know what I'm saying? It's enough to know, like, not playing around. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
around
if the
here.
rifle was in a dead giveaway.
Exactly.
And the fucking
robotic
robotic arm.
Yeah, no, I dig this, dude. And the mask is perfectly done. Perfectly done, dude. I like the suit that she's got going on there, the leather with the straps and everything. You can attention to detail with the gloves. She's got the AK going on there. I'm assuming, would that be an AK? No.
No, that looks like a God damn, the
I
gun
don't know,
nuts
dude.
hate us right now.
I'm trying to bring my COD in right now. I'm trying to bring my Warzone in.
That looks like an M4 though.
Who knows? But the gun is absolutely phenomenal as well, and I really dig the arm.
And you guys
course.
definitely need to go look at her page to go look at different shots where it shows
she's got different
arm.
angles and everything too. Yeah,
Dude,
and we didn't say,
amazing.
but the photo and the edit work is great. Like obviously perfect place to shoot it. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. It's just a perfect place, no matter where. Different eras that you've seen, different environments that you've seen Winter Soldier in throughout the MCU.
But that would fit.
It works.
That was something
Yes,
that's
it
something
works.
that you would think like, okay, damn, okay.
Yeah,
With the
it works.
bushes in the back or the
with the
trees
trees
in
and
the
everything,
back, yeah.
just works. I really like the arm, dude, and I'm
Yeah.
curious to know it's not makeup. It can't be makeup, because if it is makeup, the indentations are so
Are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like up on the top of the shoulder and everything. But if it's makeup, if it's like a piece or something, either way, it's great. We'd love to know more.
Yeah.
Maybe you wrote some things or have said some things on your Instagram and we just didn't see it. So if you see this, when you see this, however it may be, let us know some more information. Shoot us in the comments or shoot us in the DMs
Yeah.
if you don't want people to know your inside details. But we would definitely love to know, because it's just really dope. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever stop. K_Waters_cosplay. Your cosplay of the week, Winter Soldier, is
Winter Soldier. Amazing. I like how you did the little Winter Soldier.
I like it. I like it a lot. We're around this episode out, man. From the Dick Van Dyke style that WandaVision did, to the Brady Bunch, to the Malcolm in the Middle nods, breaking the fourth wall. This show, it really has it all, and I think it balanced everything greatly. I really do think that. And towards the end of the series, we finally start to see much more precisely of what exactly is going on, who's doing what, how, and why. And throughout the series, we start getting hints that Monica will become Photon or Spectrum, depending on what ends up happening. Her DNA gets altered. We see that happen when they do the X-ray and stuff.
Yeah,
and then the scene where she's pushing through, where she's like, "I got this," remember? And she pushes
She's
through
like, "I
the
can
whole
push
way.
through."
That seems to activate her powers much more, and she looks fucking dope.
Yeah, because
I
the
love
ending
eye
battle
change,
scene when
dude.
she was helping out Speed and Wiccan
Yeah.
when they were trying to shoot her.
Exactly.
And then she kind of just like
Yeah,
phased it
dude.
through and then
digging it
he
like
stopped
crazy,
it,
man. All she's trying to do is explain what's what to Wanda, and Wanda just isn't having it yet.
You know what though, and that's what I also like too though, because it wasn't this whole good versus evil thing the whole time. It was her trying to help her out and her trying to be like, hey, look, don't let them paint you to be the bad person because you're not.
Exactly.
You
Monica
know,
knew
you're
exactly
good.
what was going on.
Yeah.
And she was trying to
Or she saw
explain
the
it. Yes.
potential at least,
Yeah.
and she knew that
She knew.
she's not here to do evil. She just
knew.
wants to.
She knew because she
breathe,
had both.
you know?
She had both aspects. She spent time in Westview, in the Westview that Wanda created, and then she also spent time with Sword. And we finally get a backstory on Agatha and her family. She clearly killed her Covenant, which was crazy cool. And once again, bringing it back to like what you said earlier, how it showed like how she could change, how she could transform the character, the actress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into different styles of the character. Everybody did such a good job. Everybody, man.
Yeah, and I like how you can see the differences too, though, between her being Agnes and then her being the witch and all that,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
like
exactly.
you saw subtle changes in the face.
Oh, she played it great,
Yeah,
man.
but it worked.
I loved it, dude. And then also, like in episode 8, we get a backstory, or basically flashbacks. Not necessarily. Well, I mean, it is a backstory, but it's kind of stuff that we somewhat already knew from previous MCU films, and then also from the comics and stuff. But if you're not, they catered to people who weren't aware, such as Wanda as a child. You see the Stark bomb that killed her family, and
That was technically a dud.
yeah. Well, no, it worked. It killed. Well, yeah, well. And then the fact that you get the reasoning behind why she turned Westview into what it is. Like
Yes,
the TV show,
yes.
cycling through different eras
Yes.
in time was something that began in her childhood with her family and watching all her favorite shows and everything. And it was a place of happiness that she created out of her depression and denial and grief that she was in.
Yeah, like,
and
that's
that
what
was
they
her
say-
happy place.
That's what they say when certain people like compartmentalize certain things, and she knew that was her place of peace, and that was her comfort when everything was okay. Nothing around me could touch me. I'm in this zone right now.
Yeah, exactly, man. I just dig it, dude. And we finally hear the words Scarlet Witch for the first time. We hear the name, which I also like the little nod that Hayward was like, he asked earlier in the episodes, like, does she have some sort of alias? She doesn't have some sort of weird name. And everyone was like, not that I know of. You know,
Yeah,
Jimmy said something like that.
yeah.
I can't remember exactly. We hear about chaos magic for the first time. Finally, we see the creation of Westview that she reimagined in a sense. Her power, and I wonder if they're ever gonna connect this and her powers to the mutants. You know, because she technically is an X-Men.
I think they have to though, right?
Eventually, I would
They
think
have
so.
to, because with Stranger's Multiverse of Madness and all that, like they're going to be bringing in.
They're bringing in different things, and then we don't know what's happening with Spider-Man too.
It could possibly even lead
since everything's
to,
connected.
It could possibly even lead to somebody saying, "Hey, that's that one X-Men or something," or "Hey, that's the one."
That's that. Yeah, but I mean,
that's
they
the
haven't
other mutant.
introduced the X-Men yet, so
Yeah.
nobody would. They already know Wanda. They don't know her as a mutant because mutants technically don't exist.
Yeah.
So how are they bringing them in? I guess that's all, a question.
Yeah.
But she technically is a mutant, and she's an Omega level mutant, like I said earlier. So I would really like them to do something with that.
Yeah.
Do something with that.
Please let us play that out and see her develop
Yeah.
even further than what she is already.
The last episode, it finally brought like a lot more what people were used to in a sense to the audience. The more so regular
The action,
format,
the
the fighting, the action, the superheroes versus the villains, and et cetera, et cetera.
Things
the
being
kids,
a lot more clear and knowing who's on
Speed
what
and
side.
Wiccan were battling Sword. Wanda was battling Agatha. Photon, Spectrum, whatever, was helping with the situation as well. And then Vision was battling White Vision. And dude, he looks so dope, man.
Somebody made
I don't like the way that he was created, and I'm saying I don't like it. I'm not saying like I don't like it. I'm saying like Hayward was weaponizing Vision. You know what I mean? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
He also lied about Wanda taking Vision's body. That never happened. You know what I mean? He had an ulterior motive to everything he was doing, and he's weaponized the shit out of Vision to murder Wanda. That was his goal, And I'm really glad that Vision came in and saved the day, and library scene where they're circling each other.
Okay.
That was amazing. What did he say? I request elaboration.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because that also shows
So
him,
perfect.
that also shows him that even though like he knows his mission is to do something,
Yes.
he's also like, well, why am I doing it? Explain to me why you're the bad person, I'm the good
Exactly.
person. Or I'm here
and I
to do
like
this.
when Vision went, touched it, and gave him all of the knowledge. And Vision gives Vision the vision, and he shoots up out of the library, or I'm assuming it's the library. I believe it's the library. Shoots up out of the library, and I thought in that very moment he was going to either go kill Hayward, help with Hayward, help fight with Sword. I thought that that's what was going to happen, but he just disappeared. He just left. So I think that is pretty much clarifying that we're probably going to get Vision back in the form of this white Vision. Will he be white again? Probably not. I'm assuming he'll change. But this is a way for us to finally get Vision back again, because the Vision that we've seen throughout WandaVision was a memory. He didn't exist.
Yeah.
White Vision
and that was clear
actually
when,
physically exists.
That was clear in the ending scene as they're saying their goodbyes.
Exactly. And I think that now that White Vision has all these memories, he's basically going to become the original Vision in a sense. And I'm certain that this is setting up some sort of future. I really do. I really think this is setting up some sort of future.
You don't reintroduce a weaponized White Vision, and then technically at that point they don't show him turning against Hayward, which at some point I'm assuming he has to, right? Because
Hayward's already captured now, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but like in general, like he was made for that purpose where he was weaponized and
He's
all that.
weaponized to kill
and
Wanda.
His goal was to kill Wanda.
But Vision,
that goal has changed. So I wonder as he develops or grabs more memories or starts learning and be more self-aware, how that will play out.
Well, he has all of Vision's memories, so it's going to take off, I guess, I'm assuming, wherever the last memory that Vision gave him, and then as he moves forward, he will create his own and move and move forward, you know? But we know that WandaVision, at the end, we see her cycling through the book, right? And you hear the kids yelling, save me, or mom, help me, or whatever they're saying.
Help
so
me.
once
I
again,
think they were saying help me.
What is that? Because Agnes is stuck, right? I don't think we're seeing Agatha Harkness again, or are we? That's got to be.
Does she figure out a way to kind of break out of that?
I know, right? Or am I giving another lame like fan theory? Is it Mephisto? Like everybody just wants Mephisto 100%. But it's like, who else could it be?
Yeah, I thought that was really dope, man. And I think you were telling me, or we were talking about it off camera, how that last end credit scene and it leads to the small cabin was a very what did you say? Like parallel.
I thought it was very parallel with Thanos,
right? When
yes, after Thanos did everything he did, and he went away into a little shack, hiding away.
Went to reminisce and think about everything.
I don't know if it was
went on.
meant to be that. Maybe I'm reaching. I have no idea, but it just reminded me of that. Whether it's anybody else or not. You know?
I dug how it started with her just kind of sitting in the front and going into the house, and it turns into Scarlet Witch. Or,
exactly.
Reading or using her powers to go
and the
through
Scarlet
the book
Witch suit in general. We didn't mention it. It's great.
Yeah.
The final one is great. Once again, a lot of comparisons to Magneto, same colors and everything. But I mean, we know that we're getting Wanda back in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I feel like White Vision is going to make a comeback, and where's he making a comeback in? It would fit for him to kind of be in the Multiverse of Madness, maybe trying to find Wanda or something. But there's been some rumors going around that he might be in the D+ show Armor Wars, which focuses on Tony Stark's tech getting in the hands of the wrong people. Yeah. And War Machine has to help get it back. And they're saying that may also be where Ironheart comes in, which I don't want. Don't give me another version of Iron Man. I don't care if it's a female. I've said this before. A male, a dog, a bird. I don't care. I don't want it.
Yeah.
White Vision could be helping with that because it connects, you know, because he was created, Jarvis, Ultron, Tony, that could fit in there as well. I believe that the kids are probably going to make an appearance in Multiverse of Madness. But once again, it's like Vision is supposed to be their father. It would make sense for Vision to be in Multiverse of Madness as well.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form. Maybe this is the way we get it.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau is definitely coming back, as you saw in the end credits. The Skrull, who grew up with her, by the way, which is also in Captain Marvel.
I didn't know that until you told me.
I didn't know it right away either until I did a little bit more research. I was like, oh, that's right. But she points up saying that he wants to see you. Nick Fury. We know that the Young Avengers are going to be a thing at some point. We know the Avengers are going to be a thing at some point once again as well. Yeah. So I'm assuming she's going to be in Captain Marvel too. Which I mean,
it would make sense because
everybody and anybody could
also
be in Multiverse of Madness though too, because it's multiverses. So anybody could be. I wonder
if at some point we'll see some kind of crazy flashback where she's able to see her mom, or her mom's able to look down on her and be like, "Okay, you're doing good," type of thing.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see some sort of thing, man. Also, while we get out of here, man. Throughout the episode, there was a mentions of an aerospace engineer. Remember, she teased and she said, "I know an aerospace engineer or whatever that could help with something." Who the fuck was that? It never came to fruition. A lot of people were saying it's got to be Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. It's got to be, right?
But then how would she know him?
Who knows? Who knows? But we also are speculating that the Avengers building is being rebuilt into the Fantastic Four building.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So who knows? You know what I mean? And she is a sword agent, so she definitely has experience and met people that we may not have seen on screen just yet. But the creator of the show, the director of the show, said that they never meant for that to tease the Fantastic Four. So
we didn't mean to fuck up, but we fucked up.
you know how Marvel is though. They're very tight-lipped. You know what I mean? They don't want things to get out.
Yeah.
So if they have to say
which
it's
I
not
appreciate,
this, then they have to say that.
A lot of the
and it could be later.
I appreciate a lot of the Easter eggs and little nods that they did to cater to the real true fans and stuff like that, because that just goes to show like, hey, we did a little stuff for you. I know we're doing this whole series for you, but like
I really dug it, man. I really dug it, and I'm glad that they went the route that they went, and I'm glad that WandaVision turned out the way that it did. I feel like it was very experimental, like I said earlier, and brave and new and bold, and just it's something totally different, and it makes me happy for what could be the future of the MCU. Because we definitely needed a change.
Yeah,
we want to know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments.
And we're definitely gonna do a Captain Marvel versus Wanda.
Oh yeah, Scarlet Witch, 100%. I want to see what you guys think. We're gonna get the fuck up out of here. Thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for doing all of those beautiful things that you do over on YouTube.com/Side Project Podcast. When you go down, you hit that big red button that says subscribe, and it goes, oh, big boy over here. And it gives you 100 sexy project points. Thank you guys for listening on Apple, Google, Spotify, and all the things that you listen on when you late and you review and you like, you do all those things that you do. Juice, tell them where they can find you.
Captain_Juicebox, baby.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me at IG Hates Chazzy. If you're looking for both of us, the duo, the Magnificent, you can find us at Side Project Podcast.
You should put it right there where it's just cradled in my hand.
Hit him with some Scarlet Witchies.
How?
Chaos magic.
Yeah, but